It's great to have a MongoDB database server, but it's pretty much useless if you can't connect to it. In this video, we'll see what a connection string is, what it's made of, and how you can use it to connect to a local or a remote server. And finally, I'll do a quick demonstration at the end using different connection methods. When you have a server, you usually have clients, and the clients will want to connect to the server. Typically, clients for MongoDB servers are MongoSH. MongoSH is a CLI tool you can run on your terminal and write commands to interact with your server. You also have MongoDB Compass. Compass is a graphical interface that allows you to visualize and query the data. And Studio 3T is another popular graphical interface. And of course, applications can also interact with a MongoDB server. Mongo provides several drivers that act as a bridge between your source code and the server. So you have drivers for Node.js applications, Java, Python, and many more. The only thing all those clients have in common is that they use a connection string URI to connect to the server. So the connection string URI has the following format. It starts with the protocol, in this case MongoDB, followed by the host name and the port number. So a connection string is quite similar to the URL you type in your browser, but here, instead of using the HTTP protocol, we use the MongoDB as a protocol. An example of a connection string could be MongoDB as the protocol, of course, followed by MongoDB 0.example as the host name, and 27017 is the port number. 27017 is usually the default port number for a MongoDB server. And a common use case is running a server locally on your machine, and in that case, the host name will be localhost, and you will use the default port number, which is 27017. Connection strings can have other shapes, so you can include the default database you want to connect to, because a single server can have multiple databases. You can also add extra options as well, for example, timeouts. You can include username and password followed by the host and port number, and you can even have a list of host and port separated by commas if you want to connect to a replica set with multiple servers. In some cases, your connection string will point to a DNS server that has a list of MongoDB servers, and instead of using the MongoDB as the protocol, you will use MongoDB plus SRV. So now that you know all about the connection string, let's move on to the demonstration and connect to a database server. To start with, I'm going to use MongoSH in the terminal to connect to a MongoDB server running locally. If you don't know how to do that, I have a video on how to install and run a MongoDB server locally. I can enter MongoSH and press enter in my terminal, and by default it will connect to the local server running on my machine, and by default it also selects the test database. I can use the command show dbs to see what other databases are on my server. It doesn't show test because test is empty. I simply press Ctrl+C twice to disconnect from the server. I can also enter MongoSH followed by the URI of the server. In this case, I'm connecting to the local server, and again, Ctrl+C twice to disconnect. I can also use the connection string URI followed by the default database, my app. And in that case, I will be connecting and the selected database will be my app. Instead of using MongoSH in the terminal, you can also use MongoDB Compass, which is a graphical interface to interact with MongoDB. If you don't already have it installed, you can go on their website and download it and install it. I already have it installed, so let's just open it. By default, the connection string is the connection string to the local server, so you can just click connect. And now we can see all the databases on the local server, and I can select a database and see what are the collections and the different documents inside my database. If you are finding the information in this video useful, you can consider subscribing to the channel. I will be posting more videos on MongoDB, and you can also check out my video on the full learning roadmap on MongoDB to see what type of content I will be publishing.